Well.
After a win like that, what was your message to your group going back in that locker room?
Oh, I think the urgency that we showed in the third quarter was pretty impressive. We weren't satisfied the way we played the first half. And that group in the third quarter, they only gave up 17 points. We gave up 44 points in the second half overall. So just more locked in defensively. We talked about, taking pride in guarding the basketball and whoever is in front of you being able to guard them and take that challenge on and just lean into competing. And we did that really the second half. A lot of great efforts, whether it was the block shots we had tonight, whether it was the rebounds by Kay tonight, the shot making and ability to defend by Kai. So a lot of great efforts all the way around.
Obviously he's come up big and he has a clutch gene in him, but what allowed Kai to get going in that late stretch where you guys really needed that offense?
It really doesn't take much. We kind of got off our rotation a little bit because I didn't want to use the extra timeout in the first, and Nate didn't either, so we both let our guys run basically the 12 minutes. And so he didn't start the second, but when he got rhythm, it doesn't take much, Brian. Started from a little 10-footer, then the next thing you know, they were pressing up against him. He gets to the paint, adds in a 3 to that, and, off you go from there. It doesn't take much.
Jacque, obviously that's 10 straight. You guys have been rolling for about a month now. How would you describe the belief that's in the locker room now compared to a month and a half, 2 months ago?
Yeah, Nick, you just think about all the ways that we have won, which is pretty interesting. I'm going to use the word impressive also, whether it is not having the full squad in Indiana, whether it's coming back from double digits from Toronto and Detroit, whether it's winning at home versus a quality team as Milwaukee, doing it on the road versus Cleveland, being down tonight and still having the belief, whether it was double digits, I think we're 9 or somewhere around there at halftime, but still believing that we could play better, that we could turn this thing around, and it is belief, and that's a huge part of the NBA is the confidence and belief. No matter what situation, you can come out on the other side.
What have you seen from the group? You talk about the belief, but there's something that's so impressive when it comes down to those clutch games. You've mentioned the word poise, and what have you seen from the guys allow them to find that poise and to kind of still stay in it?
Megan, it really boils down to the individuals really understanding what our goal was when we set on this together, is that when your number is called, that you're available and that you're ready to play, and you're professional, and we're going to treat you that way. I'm going to talk to you as a professional, mature-like. And a great example is Patty tonight, and we needed his 3 threes. Imagine we didn't have that in that stretch in the second. And to see him work out yesterday on a day off and go through, not on him, Keith did also, and a couple other guys, but to see the professionalism, let the young guys see him work, and then being able to produce. It's a little bit of that all wrapped into the belief, the momentum, us covering for each other, and just believing that everybody's going to be used. This team, a great piece of who we are is the depth that we have. We've seen it. We've used it. We're going to continue to use it. So it's evidence in games like this.
You talked about when guys are coming back. So, you get Seth back. Obviously, you used him in that second quarter. He and Patty, that was like there was a little bit of defensive struggle on that. You've got Joe coming back eventually, whenever that is. Just how much of a challenge is it when you have guys coming in and out and you have to keep rejiggering, if not your starting lineup, at least your rotations?
Yeah, and it's going to happen. Hopefully, knock on wood, we'll have everybody available at some point. Definitely want that problem. We'll continue to have those conversations with guys, whether it is, last couple games, TJ's been the first sub off the bench, and we're trying to see if that has a place. The piece of having Seth out there, still trying to figure out what's the best group with him. Love that he's with that second group and they get to play fast, but we are small at times with that second group, and we paid for it sometimes. The people can put it on the bounce and drive us. So I don't mind having that problem, Brian. My conversations will continue with those dudes about when they're going to play, if they're in the rotation, out of the rotation. Same conversation I had with Cam yesterday, being extremely honest with him, and he got to be professional, and his time will come back around, and I know he'll be ready. So those conversations will continue to have on a daily basis with each individual.
What was your vantage point on that? Well, not the three-pointer, obviously that was a given, but DeJounte's drive, where you kind of bottled him up there.
Yeah, overall, just having multiple bodies in front of him. I thought overall, over the course of the night, we committed to multiple bodies, after that first half when they were just driving us to the rim, really collapsing, boxing out, being at the rim. Multiple bodies, it makes it tough for a guy to get all the way to the rim.
Coach, just going back on the defense, going back on the defense, it looks like Nick Claxton is really in to put things in.
Yeah, we, part of the message at halftime was each individual taking on the challenge to guard the guy in front of you. And whether that was Royce O'Neal versus Bogdanovich in a great possession in front of our bench. But we lean on Nick a lot. And he produces for us and continues to. And we need him and we love him. And we're going to continue to ask him to do everything for us. Block shots, rebound, run the floor, play perimeter guys. Play, post guys, but we got to give him help. And the other guys got to not take him for granted and realize that we have a job as individuals to guard the guy in front of us as well.
When your best player steps up and gives you 16 rebounds.
Yeah.
I mean, toward that end.
Yeah.
I mean, you can say over and over and over again, we need to help Nick, but does it make it easier for you to preach that when KD gets 16 boards?
Without a doubt, Brian. That is spot on. And we'll watch some of those clips, and those were in traffic, I'm going to get it kind of rebounds. 16, pretty impressive. Probably the most impressive, though, was the block and the ball goes out of bounds, and he dives on the floor, and we get the possession. And possessions like that where, yes, that's KD doing that. And makes it easier for me to coach the rest of the group for sure.
Like